Hey everybody, welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be looking at Project Winter and Among Us. So I'm going to be breaking down these two games. So if you don't know, I'll give you a quick rundown. Project Winter is a social deduction game where you and 7 other people need to finish 2 tasks and must escape on a vehicle while 2 traitors try to prevent the survivors from escaping. While in Among Us, it's a social deduction game also where you and 9 other people need to do tasks on a ship or planet or a ship, blah blah, while 2 imposters try to kill people around the whole ship. So we're going to be talking about the gameplay with the tasks, the map, the combat, and also the people / roles. And we're also going to be talking about accessibility. So I will add on a bit more every now and then, but we're going to start off with the tasks. So in Among Us, if you're a crewmate, you go around the ship and do tasks. You can go to navigation, the cafeteria, blah blah blah. You go to whatever you need to do and you do it. But it's not very co-op orientated. The time where Among Us is co-op orientated is when you are doing a meeting. So you press the button and do a meeting, blah blah blah. Then you have to talk to the other people. That's where the social deduction gets in a bit more. While in Project Winter, the tasks are a lot more co-op orientated because there's proximity chat. And since the map is much bigger, I'll be talking a bit more about the map later, but since the map is much bigger, if you go by yourself, there is wolves, there are bears, there are polar bears, there are white wolves. You can get killed by one of these animals extremely easily. So you would usually want to go with other people, because if you go by yourself, then you're probably going to die, and you're not going to get anything. Because in Project Winter, the way to fix these tasks, one of the possible objectives for the task is parts, which means you need to gather parts. But the only way to gather parts without crafting them, which takes an extremely long time, is to open bunkers. And when you want to open a bunker, you need to wait. You need at least 3 people or 2 people to open a bunker. And if you go out by your own, and if you're not a hacker, which is one of the rules in Project Winter, where if you have 2 green, you can open it, you're not going to be able to get anything. Especially even if you are a hacker, you can't get any green without opening a bunker with other people first. That's why it's a lot more co-op oriented with its proximity chat. And then when the tasks can be sabotaged, well, in Among Us, the traitors just sabotage things. They have to go fix it, and they can continue with your tasks. They sabotage the task, and they can also sabotage other things, but that only happens during a certain occasion. But we're not going to go too much depth into Project Winter. So they can sabotage the task, they can take parts out, they can make your progress go slower. And in Among Us, you technically have infinite time if the traitors / imposters are doing nothing. But in Project Winter, you have 30 minutes until a mega blizzard comes in and just kills you, basically. So Project Winter is a lot more co-op oriented if it's tasks depending on what it is. Because if it's Cypher or parts, you need people. If it's dig site, you don't really need anyone, to be honest. So the map in Among Us is extremely simple, very small. So it's much better for the crewmates because they can find bodies quicker, while the imposters can kill quicker. And it also allows for a lot more social deduction because you're going to be talking more. While in Project Winter, the map is much bigger, so the traitors can lure out the survivors and then kill them without anyone knowing. And then there's also radios for the traitors, and you also can get radios by yourself. So if someone had a yellow radio and someone else had a yellow radio, and they were dying to a traitor, the person on the yellow radio could tell the other person on the yellow radio who it is, and then they can exile them. So I also want to talk about the exiling system and the voting out system. So in Among Us, you vote out the traitors or the imposters, and then they die, they never come back. But in Project Winter, you exile them, which means that they go off on their own, and they can't enter the cabin or sabotage the first objective, or even go into the first objective. So if, for example, you sabotage someone called 1, I'm just calling, if there's 5 people and they call 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If 5 is the traitor and 3 of people exile them, 5 would have to go out on his own and then just survive. But if he is the traitor, he can get things called traitor crates, which are around the map, which gives traitor tokens, and traitor tokens are what allow you to sabotage things. So you get the crates, you can get a lot of stuff in them, and then you can sabotage the first one, which means the survivors have to refix it and everything. So it's a lot more co-op orientated again, and since the map is much more bigger, it's much easier for the traitors to be able to do more actions. So we're gonna move on to that combat in Project Winter and Among Us. So Among Us, there's not really any combat per se. The killers are the imposters are the only one that can kill. They just stab, and then die. And then in Project Winter, you can have stats. If you can have warmth, you have hunger, and you have HP. So I'm gonna give you a quick rundown of the stats. So you have your health. So your maximum health is 1,000, but it can go down if you're poisoned. If you drink poison, if you eat something that's poisoned, it can go down by 10%, which means you have 900 health. And the only way to cure that is if you drink a potion or energy drink, which you're probably not gonna get potions because that's mainly for traders only. So if you drink a potion, your maximum health will go up. So if your maximum health is 1,000, drink an energy drink, it'll go up by 7%. But if you're poisoned, it will go up by it'll start bringing back to normal basically. So if your warmth is low, you have less max HP. If your hunger is low, you have a little bit less max HP, but it's only like 100, and you do less damage. You do 25% less damage. And also killing the traders for the survivors is a little bit harder, because in this game, the survivors can fight back against the traders. So it's possible for the survivors to kill a trader, but not by exiling them or voting them. It's just by stabbing them like how the traders would stab you. But the traders, like I said, with the crates, can open trader crates to boost their stats. So like I was talking about the energy drink, if you drink an energy drink plus 7% to all stats, there's another energy drink which plus 12 to all stats, and then you have the red potion stuff which increases them even more. So the imposter can get up, or trader can get up to like 1,500 health against someone who has 1,000 health. But if you're not good at combat, like with the swinging, you're still probably gonna lose because the combat is a bit more complicated. You can charge up your weapon to max and then swing, or you can charge half and swing. It really depends on what your style is and if you're good at dodging and stuff. So now we're gonna be talking about the people/roles. So the crewmates in Among Us have no abilities, and the imposters can just kill and vent and sabotage, reactor, O2, stuff like that. So the vent will just help them get away from the bodies faster, and the sabotages can get the people away from the bodies, or they can turn off lights and kill easier. So in Project Winter, I'm gonna be going on a little thing that is not mainly for people, but it affects them. So there are these things called global events. So one global event turns everyone into rabbits, but currently it's nutcrackers because it's Christmas. It turns everyone into rabbits, which means you can't tell who is who. So if you see someone in front of you, you can't tell who they are, no matter what. You just don't know. It could be 1, it could be 2, it could be 3, but no, it's actually 5, and they're gonna kill you. So the global events help out. It depends. It can help the traders or the survivors, but most of the global events help the traders, except for a few. So there can be a blizzard, which makes your warmth go down very quickly if you do not have a campfire. There is like the rabbit event, like I said. There's a teleport event, which makes everyone get teleported and stuff like that. So those are the global events. And now you have the roles for the survivors and the traders. The survivors and traders can have the same roles, but the traders will just have like, oh, it's a bad role. Like it's that, but bad. So you have the medic, which can see everyone's health, and if people are downed and you can't get close enough to them, you can use your medic pickup, which picks up everyone around them. So if like 5 is killing 4, but you can't get close, 2 can use the medic ability to pick them up and stuff. Then when I'm saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I mean those are the names because I don't want to make up names. So that's basically that. And you have the scientist, which can bring people back to life from death. So if they're knocked and then they die, you can take the heart and put it in the machine. So there's also you go to this hacker. If you have 2 pieces of electronic scrap, you can open bunkers by yourself. You can open 3-man bunkers. You can open 2-man bunkers. You can open any bunker. You can also open bridges, I'm pretty sure. So there's even more rules I could say, but I don't want to say everything and bore you. So we're gonna move on, and we're going to be talking about traversing. I forgot to say, the traders, besides opening trader crates to get tokens, can also use vents, like in Among Us, but it's hatches which travel you to like different quadrants. But they're kind of hard to find, to be honest. So we're gonna continue on to the next topic, which is going to be the community. So the Among Us community, it's kind of hard to say because there's a lot of people playing Among Us. You could play with kids, you could play with adults, blah blah. But in my eyes, I don't think it really matters if you play with kids or adults, because if they're kids and they're like 11, at least know what they're doing. But in Among Us, there are no like accounts or anything. Not now anyway. They said they're gonna add it. But in Project Winter, you have accounts, you have stuff like that because it's a Steam account. So it's much easier for you to run into the same people, because the Project Winter community is very small, while the Among Us community is very big. But like Among Us, it has its ups and downs. But the issue I don't like about it is that the main thing for accounts is that you can change the name whenever, so you don't know if you're running into the same people again, and you can't talk to them. So like talking to other people is something that I really like about Project Winter, because during these times, you can't really go out that much and communicate. So in Project Winter, you can talk to other people and communicate. You can talk a bit more and stuff. And like you don't even talk about the game itself. You can talk about other things if you wanted to. Well, in Among Us, most of the time you can't talk about other stuff unless you're like trying to be a bit more friendly and stuff. But also in Project Winter, the community, since it's very small, you can run into the same people over and over again. And sure, they change their Steam username, but they're most likely not going to. Well, in Among Us, people usually change their name every month. I don't know. I don't usually change my name though, but some people do. So that's mainly the community. I do like the Project Winter community a bit better, but that's mainly because their community is just a bit more smaller, so you can talk to them a bit more and stuff. So we're gonna move on to accessibility. So accessibility, which means like how people play it, like how they can play it. So Among Us is available on the Nintendo Switch, phones, and computers, PCs, laptops. And it's also a very simple game to play, which means more people are gonna play it because it's very simple to play, it's very fun to play, and there's no loss really. If you leave, there's no loss. I mean, you can get temp ban for like 5 minutes if you do, but if you leave, there's no loss. There's no credit system, nothing like that. They said they are going to add a credit system, but I don't know when that's coming out. But it means more people are gonna play it because it's a lot more popular, because it can gain more popularity simply because it has such a wide cast of people that it can connect to with the Switch, the phone, the computers, and there are plans added to more consoles apparently. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I think they are. I don't know. Project Winter is only on Steam at this current time, but they do have plans apparently to port it to Switch, to Xbox, to stuff like that. If you want to, you can check their roadmap. They're still working on it. It also has controller support and proximity chat, like I said. So if you want to be able to talk to other people and you don't have like a mic or a headset, you're gonna need to get a mic or headset, which isn't that big of a deal. It's like $10. So it depends on like what you think. There's text chat and stuff, but people usually prefer mic. So, and also Project Winter is a bit more complicated. So if people don't want to learn it, I would understand, because it's a little more harder to do. But overall, these games have their own pros and cons, with Among Us being simpler to play and Project Winter being a bit of a game, a bit more of a social deduction game, because you can talk a bit more, but the thing is, something I don't like about, I'm going to talk about what I don't like about PW and Among Us. Something I don't like about Among Us is that when you play with other people, you don't know them. Like, it's hard for you to know them a bit more, because at least in Project Winter, there's this sort of system where you can report and get thumbs up. So if they have a good thumbs up, it either means that they did good or they're a bit nicer, and you can report people, which gives them a red thumbs down, which means they're toxic or they're just not nice. So you don't need to play with toxic people, but people who are still bronze and stuff can still be toxic. But in Among Us, there's no way to really tell if people are toxic until the game starts, and there's no simple kick system within it. Like in Project Winter, if someone's annoying you, you can just exile them and they'll just leave and you can kill them. But in Among Us, if someone's like, so you can't really get annoyed in Among Us, that's another thing. But if like you're being annoyed by someone in chat, people, the traders would try to take advantage of it and stuff, you know? There's like, oh no, I don't think we should kick him and stuff like that. So it's a bit of metagaming. But now I want to talk about the PW DLC and Among Us used DLC, used to be DLC. When I say about Among Us used to be DLC, I mean the maps. Because usually you used to have to pay to be able to play on the maps. So I want to talk about what I think, if it was good or not. So I think Among Us having to pay for the map, it was like, how much was it? It was like $2.98, I think. It's not that bad, considering that it's a fully fleshed map. Well, Project Winter, its DLC is $11, and also, it's the map's generally the same. It's a bit different, but it's generally the same with having hatches and stuff, while having a few new roles. I think the DLC of Project Winter, it's not overpriced, I would say. I mean, I think it's a bit overpriced. I think $10 would be better. No, it's $15, isn't it? Is around it's $7.50, and now it's on sale for $6. But it really depends on if you like social deduction a bit more, because you have the maps generally the same. You have some new roles, but overall it's the same thing mainly. Not really mainly actually, because the traders are very different. While Among Us you pay for the new maps, but they changed it, so now I don't have to really worry about the new maps, because now they're all gonna be free, which I think it's a very good thing. But I don't know. I think they have like stuff you can buy which is cosmetic, same as Project Winter, but Project Winter has loot crates, and I think like Among Us adding something like loot crates, I don't know what, like, how much they're making from ads and stuff like that, but I think like having more ways to be able to get cosmetic items is better than just paying, because a lot of people don't like doing that. I mean, I got no ads and stuff. I got a few costumes myself in Among Us, but I don't know, most people probably don't want to. But that's my opinion for the DLC. I'm gonna show this video. That's gonna be mainly it. I'm gonna wrap it up. If you did, like, comment, subscribe. I am thinking about doing a full-fledged Project Winter review, where I just talk about Project Winter, and so I can talk about it more. But that's gonna be it for now. If you guys enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.